Me. Hello, podcast fans. It's Do You Expect Us to Talk? It's me, Chris. I am not the host, but I am. It is commentary time, so you find me introducing it. I've rambled enough already. And joining me as ever is David Bond and Rebecca Andrews.
Good evening, folks.
Hi.
So as I said, it's commentary time, and we are watching. It's your choice, wasn't it, Becca?
Yes, it was.
With
You Only Live Twice, it being the 50th anniversary of the film.
Yeah, so it makes sense. So why not? Let's do it. So just to give you a little bit of insight, we did have a guest lined up, but technical issues happened. Becca, care to explain? Explain yourself, woman.
Explain yourself. No, I did have. Obviously, if you're listeners of the show, will also have been listening to JBR, doing on radio. And a while ago, they had a chap on their show called Mr. Martin Mulder, author of On the Tracks of 007, where he's basically covered all, if not most, of the main sort of major Bond locations. And what he's done is he's recently brought out a new book where he visits Japan and visits all the locations kind of there. He's primarily within You Only Live Twice. So I thought it would be a good idea if we invite him on, have a little chat to him, learn about his book. Also, he can plug his book as well. But sadly, due to technical difficulties and also having to put kids to bed, it didn't work out. So we'll try it another time. Just obviously, there's an hour's difference between here in the UK and where Martin is based in the Netherlands. That's fair enough.
I think if we've learnt anything, it's that if we have a guest who's a parent on the show in future, we'll definitely go for a neglectful parent who couldn't give a shit whether their kids were in bed or not.
Just need to be more organised. So we're quite lucky with Mark O'Connell with the Vito Foxes.
We're done with like good parents and stuff.
And also he's been a good dad and had to put his kids to bed, which is fine. But also we did have some technical difficulties as well. The recording track didn't work out as much as we'd liked. But we'd like to invite him on again, and maybe chat more about his book. I highly recommend it if you own it already. That's great. But if not, do go to Amazon or your local bookshop and search for On the Tracks of 007. Really interesting read. I think you can get it in colour on black and white.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Vita a while ago. It's very cool.
And then the rest of it's blank because he's putting his kids to bed.
It'd be we will have him back on. We'll do like a proper interview and that. So we'll have a
proper interview with him. Martin, if you're listening to this, which is probably doubtful because I know that you're a big podcast guy, it was lovely to have you on. Obviously, we got hit with a load of technical difficulties, so sorry it didn't work out. But we will introduce you to our listeners sometime in the future.
So with that, let's get underway. So as usual, we have got the main menu of the Blu-ray, and I've got the button resting on initiate mission, and on the count
You're
of three.
resting on the button.
Yes, my finger is on the trigger.
Your finger's on the trigger.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think we should watch this bad boy.
What again?
Yeah.
So on the count of three.
All right then.
Rich, New, Sun.
Do it then, buddy.
All right. 1, 2, and 3. And away we go.
Quite excited.
Here we go. This is the... Well, no, it isn't the first one with Connery because he did the last one.
He did a few more before him.
Mm.
Welcome to Japan, Mr. Bond.
He's swinging away.
I do like the gun barrel.
I've never liked it that much.
It's weird. It kind of almost gets down on one knee.
Got the Connery kind of like kick.
No, because his leg wobbles, doesn't it?
Yeah, he has a bit of a wobbly leg. He does a bit of a George and tries to cock his knee, but not really.
It's like he does a little dance, doesn't he? With the
yeah, he does a little dance.
Mm-hmm.
I do love this space march. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite pieces of music from.
Yeah.
It's
It's
actually,
absolutely wonderful, the music to this film.
yeah. It's
I
actually
think the music is gorgeous.
it's actually one of the Space March is one of the key pieces of music that I think of when I think of Bond outside the the traditional that
Yeah,
kind
the
of
Bond
thing.
themes and all the rest of it. Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So, but yeah, I remember watching this at a mate's house originally, and the idea of just what happens to this guy is just terrifying, really.
It is, isn't it? Oh my god.
I mean, I've always wondered, because I'm no expert, that if once the cord is cut, is that like instant death because you have like letting
Probably
in like
asphyxiation, I
yeah,
imagine.
I think it's death within like 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, like your blood would boil and.
Because I don't know what happened. Was that would he be instantly exposed to space, or would it just have his like oxygen cut off, or would he just like literally just a cord and he's just drifting away and whatever oxygen he's got left and he's just left to kind of.
I'd imagine that's kind of like
write to us at expectedtalk@gmail.com.
PO box.
It's kind of morbid.
Yeah, that's a bit grim.
If
but
you
I would
died
imagine.
in space, write to us.
Have you been a victim of Spectre space assassination? Email us at spectre@gmail.com.
Yes, you'll die
Another space grab.
You'll die knowing that it's all just one big revenge plot to get a Bond because Daddy didn't love him.
It is.
Bear in mind, man had not gone to the moon at this point.
No, it's very forward thinking, isn't it?
It is. We've been spacewalks that happened. So, oh Christ, the shark still looks fake.
I think it looks quite good though. It's obviously a miniature or miniature, whatever it would be called, but I do think it holds up a little bit.
No, but I can't disagree with you, Becca, actually. I mean, given it's in the 60s, I think this looks pretty good.
Yeah, just still looks like a big miniature though. But that said, I do prefer this and a load of old CGI any day. Just terrifying, just floating into space.
These films were. I mean, if you think about it, we'd only been in space a few times and all the rest of it. At this point, these films must have just felt like massive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
to space wasn't just like a regular thing. The idea
Well, it
of
still
going
isn't
to
really. Oh, you mean?
Well,
you
know
mean
what I mean.
In movies, you mean?
I think I mean generally, in as much as
Yeah.
you could meet somebody from NASA now who was an astronaut and they've been up to the space station and all the rest of it. The idea of people in space then would have been a big deal.
I love how the British guy's just calm as fuck. He's got US and Russia just shouting to him.
We've got our man on it right now.
I feel like he should have a pipe. Just like
Yeah, he does need to be smoking a pipe. Then.
Say hello. I think what we need to think about is whether this is serious or not.
No, I mean
I
there
think-
was a bit in the sort of mid to late 60s. Obviously, there was a bit of a sci-fi boom, wasn't there? Because we had obviously like Star Trek, this film, Jerry Anderson, for example. A lot of that came out of the Tokusatsu movies in Japan. They kind of followed each other.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so hairy! Oh my god! I got skipped ahead 5 seconds. Anyway, Ling pops up again in Casino Royale.
yeah, he's almost
She
he's almost as hairy as Austin Powers.
Oh, he's hairier out of Sean or Pierce.
I think
that's
the
something you guys
very
can
best.
answer.
They're kind of similar. I have
Give
to
it very
say,
best.
when Goldeneye came along, when Daniel Craig came along, I wasn't fussed that he was blonde or anything like that. But I always thought Bond was supposed to have a really hairy chest. So it was a bit odd that he didn't.
Bit disappointing.
Well, Roger Moore didn't. But then that was Roger Moore.
No, he didn't. But it was Roger Moore.
Did
who
Lazenby
totally
have a hairy
didn't.
chest?
Yeah,
I don't know if
I
I'm
don't
honest.
recall. I don't think we see.
Oh,
He's wearing his lacy ruffled shirt, so
he died on the job.
he wanted it this way.
On the job, get it?
On the job.
On the job. what that means, folks.
But it got past the censors, so it's all right.
He's been shagging, folks.
You don't say.
Now, it's been a while since I've seen this.
I didn't realise. I was listening to yeah.
I haven't seen. Well, I did actually watch it a little bit the other night, but I haven't watched it properly since review.
No, likewise, unfortunately.
But I was just wondering what.
I didn't realise that this version of the theme song as well was made up of lots of different takes. Because obviously, I think Dave, you mentioned last time that Nancy Sinatra was obviously so a bit scared and kind of a bit terrified, and obviously quite nervous of singing the song.
It's pieced together from an awful lot of different takes of it. Yeah.
Is this Maurice's?
Sorry, Chris, you were saying.
Is this Maurice's best title sequence? Do you think? Girls and volcanoes.
Sorry?
Was this Maurice's?
Maurice Binder's titles.
Yeah, is this the best one?
I don't think this is great.
Yeah, I know, but out of his not great stuff, do you think this is the best one? Because it is just pretty much like, yeah, just throwing volcanoes and girls. It's not as like it, but it does actually look relatively cinematic in comparison.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I going to say?
Kind of really imagery.
What was I going to say? Yeah. So what's the idea of him faking his death?
The idea is that he's too well known, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, it's kind of so he can go under the radar.
I mean, in reality, what it is that they wanted, or they could be book, so they had to do something different and have him killed off at the start. But
basically, a plot.
In terms of like, the plot of the film, it's effectively he's too well known.
Oh, okay. So
So he has to be seen die, and then.
Right. Okay. I mean,
that is from a famous quote, which I shall find momentarily.
I mean, maybe he shouldn't go around, using his real name when he's.
Yeah, I've always felt he should be Peter Briggs wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he's expected. Oh, Mr. Bond, we've been expecting
unless it's a code name.
That's one fan theory.
I'm only kidding. Yeah, because I think
I don't subscribe to that either.
Chris hates it as much as I do.
Yeah, because it's just technically wrong, because that means he just like, but they all have to have like their wives murdered at some point for it to
Yeah.
And they all have to be called Tracy. Or they all just obliged, like, for the cover to kind of like.
It's almost a code name.
To mourn the death of the same. Yeah, no.
Oh, there we go. You only live twice. Once when you were born, and once when you look death in the face. And that's where the name comes from. So you might like to know. There we are.
Buried at sea. Huh.
It's buried at sea. I like the bit where they find him and he goes onto the submarine. So he's already on the submarine and then he goes, permission to come aboard.
Yeah,
That's a great moment.
That's really good.
That's a good moment. I like that a lot. Considering he is, naval commander. The brief underwater shot's very cool. Yeah, I think I'm about 5 seconds ahead, so.
It's alright.
You could pause it for 5 seconds if you wanted.
Catch up.
When I reviewed this film, I wasn't seriously hard on it, but I wasn't overly polite either, and I didn't rank it very high. But this is like a good example of what Chris says, that like most of these films we enjoy to some degree. I don't dislike this film at all. I think it's good fun, and I'm glad to be covering it tonight.
Definitely, I mean, there's all things that we can enjoy, and again, there are all things that we're all going to find, that didn't work so well, or this could have been better. But I mean, sometimes you can come at things with a fresh eye as well. Like also, there's obviously a link between us and James Bond Radio. There's lots of kind of local kind of groups popping up on Facebook, and I think some of them, as a group, we're going to have a group watch of Quantum of Solace as well. And obviously, a lot of it,
Well, we're going to cover all of them at some point.
Yeah, we'll cover
Quantum
different
of Solace will be done. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be done. But that'll be a good film to come back to because, I don't think any of us kind of ranked it especially high. I certainly didn't, but then for me, it's one of those films that.
Well, Chris ranked it highest, and you put it at like 15. So even then, it wasn't massively high.
No.
But yeah, no. Thinking about Quantum, I do get why everyone get annoyed about it, and who knows? I probably would feel differently anyway. But it's kind of funny though, because I kind of was thinking that when what usually happens, like we have a group chat on Facebook, and we discuss just general things, and like we were talking about have you seen Baby Driver? And I kind of like went away thinking, yeah, it's good but not great, and Dave absolutely loved it.
Sorry, Dave did. I did.
Yeah,
I did. I thought it was terrific.
And and you're sort of saying it was like more from an editor's point of view, whereas I'm come from a lot more story point of view, and like more character. And I think the things where, I mean, even I will admit that, in terms of like the editing and how it gets put together is probably not the best.
It's definitely extremely well made, isn't it?
Yeah. But in regards to Quantum, I can definitely see like why it would piss people off. But it's maybe I don't necessarily have a problem with it because I can actually see the story within it. So I think it's just like two different mindsets when it comes to that. Though I am kind of in the minority with Quantum, but I must admit. But there you are. But there you are. I think it was just something that I just kind of picked up on, like, and possibly like sort of how you have like different opinions, and just how like there's always like two different ways of like looking at a film. Some people it's a lot more technical, some people it's a lot more narrative driven. Sometimes it's just a general mixture of both, but I think it's just like different minds sort of think differently.
Yeah.
But back to Bond and his toupee.
Bond.
And his toupee. Watching the subtitles, I just see typing.
Typing. Like when I'm pretty sure watching this on ITV, and the subtitles on and everything, and they provided the Japanese in subtitles. Like when he says dozo, it actually says dozo, and now obviously it just says speaks in native language or speaks Japanese. It's just
I remember years ago an article in Viz called "Borderline Boilers."
Right.
And it was about women that are extremely ugly but hot at the same time. And the example they used was Gina McKee, who is objectively ugly, but she turns us all on. And
I think I know who that is.
I'm looking at her Moneypenny and thinking that.
Oh.
She's kind of doing it for me, folks.
What Moneypenny? You what here or?
Yeah, Moneypenny there. I think she's fucking lovely. I like her.
Oh yeah, well I wouldn't class her in that sort of like objectively ugly though. She is.
Oh, I know who you mean. Okay, yeah. Yeah, she's got that kind of face, hasn't she? I wouldn't say she's ugly by any means.
Who are you talking about, Gina?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Do you remember? She's been in loads of things, but do you remember Notting Hill? Do you remember the Hugh Bonneville? Not Hugh Bonneville.
Hugh Grant.
Tim McInerney's wife, who was in a wheelchair.
Was in Our Friends in the North as well back in the 90s.
I kind of think so. If I remember correctly, I probably got it right. Is she in Vicar of Dibley, or she looks kind of someone?
Oh God knows. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I can't remember because I can't say I know Notting Hill that well.
I watched it recently.
That's
on TV.
Oh, Sean, towering above everyone.
Yes.
Walks like a panther.
He's going this way. He's going this way.
Walks like an eagle, sits like a pelican.
That's the one.
Speaks Japanese.
You don't say.
You know when sort of like when you watch a beginning of a movie and then like it starts off and people are talking in a different language and you kind of get that sort of sudden sense of worry of like, oh, they forgot to put subtitles on, or
speaks Japanese.
am I not meant to understand what they were saying? And then someone turns up in English and you go, oh, okay, I'm alright.
This is I to go. It's quite fun because I was like, see, it says dozo. Why do you say dozo then, but not other word? Oh. Not hard. But it probably is considering they use 3 different alphabets. But if you're interested in Japanese culture as well, this is quite a good film obviously to watch because you've got the whole like sumo wrestling and.
Yeah, I can't say I know too much about the Japanese way of life.
No, I'm trying to learn a little bit at the moment, just mainly through my friends who have been there and watching like NHK and things like that. I've also been into like, anime and manga stuff as well. But obviously there's only so much you can learn without actually going there and experiencing it for yourself. A friend of mine sort of emigrated to Tokyo probably a couple of years ago now. It's completely different kind of to what to what he's read about. But it's quite interesting. So.
Do you like Japan?
Oh, yeah, he's like loving it so far. I don't think he's only been home like once or twice, I think.
Okay, so he's not got into tentacle porn.
No. Yeah, so it's a bit dodge. So you have to watch out for that one. There's a bit of the odd hentai floating around.
So Connery's about to pick up the easiest lane.
It's like the most easiest pickup ever.
Well, she literally just climbs over and he goes like, "Oh, I love you."
Oh.
I rub you.
Oh dear. And she was dubbed as well, I think. It's a bit weird, the whole LR thing, but there it is.
Avocado nearby.
Avocado
Let's go!
She's very fast. She's a fast lady. Ooh. Spoiler alert, but it's kind of sad that she dies.
Oh, she dies?
Aki's lovely.
It's
Everyone
kind
loves Aki.
it's kind of sad that she dies because she just gets like pointlessly replaced.
I know.
Yeah, it's a bit.
In a
It
that'll do.
It actually ruins it a bit.
Because she's essentially kind of Bond's equal. Obviously, we have Tiger Tanaka as well. But she's one of the few women that is at least on this kind of level pegging of Bond.
Yeah, definitely.
In terms of being an agent and being a spy and the rest of it.
Yeah, because wasn't like it between like the two actresses who she was going to play this part originally, but they wanted.
Yeah, they were going to swap roles, weren't they?
Well, the one who plays the main Bond girl in this threatened to kill herself because they wanted to sack her.
So it's,
yeah, she's quite sort of, but both of them were like she was very new, wasn't she? And quite eager to get this role. And yeah, she was kind of quite determined.
Well, that is quite determined. I'm gonna.
That's very.
He really wanted this role.
Determined.
He really wanted this role.
I wonder what would happen if they just went. It's Blofeld. Oh no, it's not.
In a few years' time, it will be.
Do you think, just as a woman, do you think we'll have that? Do you think we'll have like an old Bond actor return to do another role?
What, in a Bond film?
Yeah, because we've had it like twice, haven't we? At least.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't care if like minor players do, but I don't want a Bond actor in.
No, sorry, that's not what I meant. But you know what I mean, like someone who's been in a Bond film previously,
I don't actually mind that. I think that would be quite nice.
So would you have Judy Dench turn up again? Let's play.
Take somebody out.
You look vaguely familiar. No.
Oh, do I? Well, no, I'm Mrs. Smith or something like that. Oh, you do get
maybe find a role
you
for
got the odd minor character, don't you? So
maybe find a role for Monica Bellucci again.
there's not Lucia Sciarra.
Yeah.
Talking about Monicas, is it only me, or is like Monica Lewinsky kind of bizarrely hot?
What today?
Today.
Monicas in general.
I mean,
I rank the Monicas.
I can't. I'm not looked at it for a while, but that sounded wrong. Like I just actually scroll women on the internet. Yeah, but no. I think she looks better than she did when she was younger. Oddly,
At the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
But anyway, yeah. For listeners, that is my, I'm admitting something dodgy.
That's your hot take.
Yeah. I fancy this slightly fat bird who would like suck Clinton's cock.
And if you can think of anyone else who's gotten hotter with age, do send us in to Do You Expect Us to Talk at Gmail.
I admit some dodgy shit on this show sometimes.
So that's
It's all
okay
good.
that you drink.
I fancy Monica Lewinsky. There you go.
And Moneypenny, Lewis Maxwell in this film.
Yeah, in this film, yes.
I probably don't fancy anyone in this film.
Really?
I don't know. No.
Not even old Sean?
Not quite.
Old Sean.
Old Sean. Yeah, Old Sean. I think that's got a lot to do with it.
Wait. As Becca, as a woman, as a lady,
As a lady.
out of all the Bonds, who would you say is the most attractive?
Oh God. I had this question on the last JBR trip. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
did you?
Oh.
Well, you should
I
know
was
the
like,
answer.
I was
then.
like token female, wasn't I? And I was like, oh, put me on the spot. Do you mean physically or?
I mean, like, if you had to bone.
Which one would you fuck? That's what it is. That's what he's saying.
Probably
it's
Daniel.
not about like personality and shit. It's like looking at them. Which one would you do?
Probably Daniel Craig.
Fair enough. I'll do Rachel Weisz to distract her if you like.
Sold.
Oh, you're very noble there, Dave.
It's just for Becca's benefit.
It's a hard gig, but someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it, yo.
Yeah. And be hard one. Now, wasn't this? Isn't this The Rock's like uncle or something?
Oh, I don't know.
That guy there is related to The Rock. I don't know how.
Ah,
Cousin, uncle,
yeah.
granddad, something.
Because he's part Hawaiian, isn't he? So it would be that kind of.
Yeah.
I can kind of see it.
It's quite a cool claim to fame.
Other than being a Rob.
Well, no, obviously being a famous actor himself, but having that link to the Bond world, I think is quite cool.
Oh, can you imagine The Rock being in a Bond film?
I'd be cool with that as a henchman.
That'd be amazing.
We've already got Batista, but then again, The Rock is kind of bigger than that.
I was going to say, it depends how it's done, because, like, Batista should be amazing, and it was slightly wasted in that film.
Yeah. Well, he might come back.
Yeah.
Maybe Rock could be, like, the lead villain. Depending on the role, depending on what the role is.
Siamese vodka.
He's not a fan of Siamese vodka, is he? I'm trying to find the fun fact.
Is that consistent in the books?
Well, he doesn't like Siamese vodka.
Yeah.
I haven't actually read the book in a long, long time. I think maybe it's just a general Bond being a alcohol snob.
Yeah. Though apparently he has his martinis the wrong way. Apparently the best way to have it is stirred.
So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, apparently, like shaking it just makes it more watery.
But hey, it's whatever floats your boat.
I don't really care.
I'm not a big fan. I've had it. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I tried it shaken and I tried it stirred.
Went off, not fingered.
This is it. Generally, I'm not a fan. Either way, it's quite bitter for my taste. And I'm like,
in your opinion, Becca, would you prefer wanked off or fingered?
I don't know how to answer that question. Oh dear. I did bourbons, I think.
I nearly bought bourbons tonight just to say I was eating bourbons during the show.
Did you?
I love bourbons. Have I ever mentioned them?
You need to go and buy some and then send them to Ken. Hello, Ken, if you're listening.
49p, and they're not that expensive in Tesco or whatever.
Yeah, it's because they're shit. That's why. I always feel Dave's wrath when I back mouth bourbons.
Yeah, no, I always have a moment where I'm furious, and then I go, "Oh, he's only pissing about." But it takes me about 4 seconds to relax.
4 seconds.
And then I remember I love Chris.
Aww.
No.
I love slagging off bourbons.
I know you do.
You're more of a custard cream boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I do prefer custard cream. I prefer chocolate creams as well, which are kind of like the proper bourbons, but...
They don't... How can they be proper bourbons when there's a biscuit called bourbons?
Well, exactly. They're basically they're basically bourbons, but nicer.
I can genuinely accept, if I'm honest, that you prefer something to bourbons, but you can't honestly say something is better than something is a better bourbons than bourbons, because by definition, the most bourbon-y bourbons is bourbons.
I think that's a lot of old bourbons to myself.
Yeah.
Bourbon.
I would say
are available.
that's not that intellectual.
No. I can actually audibly hear the footsteps, the chasing. You know.
Do you ever wish you were around in this era? Would it be amazing to go and see these in the cinema at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so cool, wouldn't it?
Well, the thing they would have been like.
I don't wish I was from another era, because we can still see these films. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we could have seen these on the night? You know, go for dinner, go and see the Bond film, come out and go, wasn't that great?
It would have been like in a big old theatre as well, wouldn't it? So like it would.
Yeah.
They all would have been like packed out. You would have had I don't know. Did it have intermissions as well, like halfway through?
I don't know in this era. I mean, there may have been a B feature. I don't know.
Beefies.
You could have smoked heavily while you watched.
You could have done. But yeah, you brought a date as well. It was always like sold out. It was like kind of, you got tickets to the Bond film. Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's still very new and obviously the Bond film is very much an event, but it's still kind of very new and something that we've not seen before. It's kind of dope.
I love you.
I just did it. I'm also trying to. Where is it? I'm trying to find the fun fact somewhere. I've got it written down.
He's actually a good Bond ally, Tanaka.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, we like Tanaka.
I think he's. We forget him when we talk about like Bond allies. Obviously, there's Felix, but we think like Kerim Bay and Mathis and Columbo. He's in
Sorry,
there.
I'm just thinking of Peter Falk now. Going like, just
He loves
one more
Columbo,
thing. Mr. Bond, my wife, she's a huge fan. Would you mind signing this for me?
No, not like Columbo.
Yeah, but there's just like an instant likeableness to him. You know, it's like I don't know what it is. I think it's the way that Bond himself just seems to kind of like automatically trust him, and you kind of like just relax. You go, yeah, he's. And plus, he's kind of cool as well because he's kind of like, yeah, well, you know, we've got all the same shit MI5 has. Sorry, MI6. Sorry, is it MI6? I don't know.
What, the British? Yeah.
Yeah. So they got a big black telephone instead of a big red one. Unlike Batman.
Unlike Batman,
Yeah.
he has one for every occasion.
What a big red telephone.
We've got the bat phone and the red phone, the black phone.
I've always felt that I was missing.
I think they have a green scrambler somewhere along the line.
I've always felt that was one thing that was missing from the Dark Knight series, a big red telephone.
Big red bat phone. Yeah, and they never really did that. How much really did they? Meaningful. James Bond. Let's try and find it. I'm sure I had it as a fun fact.
That's fun, folks.
That's fun. Actually, it was his grandfather. There we are.
Thought it was. I love the idea of like Bond can tell not only is he an expert on sake, but he can tell by taste that it's exactly the right temperature.
Yeah, he's a very much connoisseur. Very much a snob.
I think part of it is bullshit though. It may not be exactly the right temperature. It's probably like roughly the right temperature.
Well, yeah, there is that. Now, James Murphy, if you're listening, I have to be open here with our listeners and say that you wrote to me out of nowhere over Messenger once you realised we were doing this film to say, look out for Sean Connery's cock. and I have to say, my immediate response was, all right, thanks, James. But he's right.
During this bathhouse scene?
You can see his cock during this.
Oh my god, am I going to be traumatised now?
We're going to be looking for it.
It's not that big, Chris. You won't be that intimidated.
It's no Liam Neeson's.
No. He doesn't lasso the movie.
Beautiful, that's good.
And I think they got this like in a PG certificate film.
Yes, this is it.
Yeah. Well, it's not immediately obvious. To be fair, I've seen this film many times over the years. Never noticed his penis.
I must say that was one thing. If I was ever to go to Japan, that would be one thing I wouldn't be keen on doing. Because like if you go to an onsen, so like a traditional Japanese spa, I think you have to kind of do it in the nude. As far as I know, I may have got this wrong. Anybody who's been to Japan, let us know.
Becca, I don't mean this to be rude because I'm not into you at all. But having said that, like if there's nudity on offer, I'm quite happy to look.
Very sexy for. Didn't see his knob.
There you go. That's where you see his cock. There.
Oh, I didn't see it. I blinked.
I think the subtitles covering it.
Didn't pause it at the right moment.
And the only thing is, I can't pause it and rewind. Oh well.
Oh.
Why are you desperate to see his cock?
No, really.
Just imagine it.
See his hairy bum.
Just imagine it. Just go like, what would Sean Connery's cock look like?
I imagine it's hairy and speaks with a Scottish accent.
I think I would enjoy very much living under you.
like straight in there. Like where was like the romance before that?
Yeah, all of a sudden they're an item.
That came from nowhere. It was like, oh, I'm finally reunited with her.
Do you
Obviously,
think
when he said "I love you," he meant it.
do you think that scene was written before the others, and they kind of like saying, we'll have a bit of romance between them, like, and it just didn't come round to it on the editing floor? You think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Sean's hair's looking a bit brown there.
He's obviously dyed the toupee.
Well, he is undercover, so.
Oh, he's got the Spectre spies.
This place looks familiar.
You can see you. It's all very high tech as well.
Yeah. I love the old school 60s high tech where it was just like, they would just put cameras somewhere and have buttons that pretend like they're doing something.
Yeah, it looks very technical.
To be honest, Bond and Star Trek and everything else makes the 60s look amazing.
It does.
I mean, if you think about music and stuff, I think I probably prefer the 70s. But, like, wouldn't we all want to, like, at least experience the 60s? At least in theory, on the basis of these films. In reality, it'd be rubbish. Because you'd have shit TV and 3 channels and... you know what I mean?
Even Missile Crisis and terrible public
relations. It would actually be rubbish, but the films sell it as, like, really cool.
Yeah, but to be fair, Becca, you know... In terms of like the Missile Crisis and all that, what will turn out to be all right. So you'd be like,
yeah, we know.
You chill out about it, wouldn't you?
It'd be.
Well, you say it's all right.
And
Rick's got shot in the back.
And you put a bet on that Kennedy will be shot, and you'd be like, how do you know? And then you.
I'd know things.
And then you'd probably be arrested for suspicion of.
Or I'd be accused of being a communist.
Yeah, or whoever the conspiracy is, whoever shot him.
And then, like in the 70s, you have like blackouts and 3-day weeks and strikes, and that's the 80s, isn't it?
Well, no, the 3-day week was the early 70s.
Yeah, definitely. Each era had its pros and cons, but no, I do get. I think, especially in terms of like Joe Anderson, Star Trek, Bond, other kind of cultural high points that we had. During that era, I think it would have been really interesting to kind of experience that firsthand, and especially kind of live. How can I don't know, live in that kind of world created by that, those kind of visionaries for that time. So everything kind of looked super stylish, very high. What was then obviously very high tech. It was just such a vision of what the future and what we could perhaps achieve. That kind of just makes it, had this real growth in terms of...
And a mere 50 years later, we've got a fucking orange guy as president.
With what looks like a tribble on his head.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. And he's trying to start war with North Korea. It's like,
Let's not get political, but let's face it, it's not going to be a war. It's not going to last long enough to be a war.
I think it's more like brinksmanship or blinksmanship, really. To be honest, I don't think there's going to be like all out war. But yeah, it's pretty much brinksmanship, as I see it. And tomorrow's papers, it'll be like it's war.
Yeah, they like to elaborate on things like that. Yeah.
No, I don't want to speculate, but no, each era comes with its trials and tribulations. I mean, we still have some amazing visions of the future and some really Asian films that have come out in this past decade. All good.
I think that villainess is actually quite attractive. Wearing a fetching orange blouse.
Yeah, very popular colour.
This henchman isn't very subtle. It's like, yeah, let's just shoot him outside the front door. I mean, that is so Austin Powers though as well.
It's very, yeah. Well, he's a Jaguar, and I think it's clear to GT. I think this is like created especially for
You're
the
alright,
film.
Miss Kensington. Right, let's go after him. I'm
Mrs. Kensington.
gonna get you, you bastard. Right, so
I
they
can't wait till we do the Austin Powers movie.
So they dashed off ahead, and then now somehow they're behind him. They're on the tail.
How did that happen?
No.
Continuity doesn't quite match up. Zero. This is a great chase scene, I think. Even though the continuity doesn't always match
Is
up.
it?
I think it's quite cool. And
Becca likes it. It must be great.
even though there's terrible rear projection, but I like the whole drop in the ocean. I think that's pretty cool. That's a cool line.
Yeah, I like how like they've got cameras set up everywhere.
Sony were amazing.
Yeah, now like the rear projection doesn't look that great, but hey ho. I'm sure we'll look back on like Avatar in 20 years' time and be like, yeah.
Well, Avatar's nearly 10 years old now and it holds up.
Yeah, definitely. Like Jurassic Park holds up 20 years down
And
the
forget
line.
the plot and shit. I mean, the effects in Avatar are pretty good.
Oh, the Great Tower.
I'm not sure if there's an actual appetite for a sequel though.
Well,
Especially
it's made
for-
almost. Yeah, well, it's made no impact on popular culture at all.
No, but it's
But
still,
I'll go and, I'll go and
you know, it's
see
still
it,
the
and
most
if the
successful
sequel's
film
good,
ever.
It might generate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it depends. I mean, like, you know, what depends what Cameron's got up his sleeve, isn't it? He might sort of.
Is it going to be like
It might-
again the highest grossing film?
Avatar's bizarre because I went to see it and didn't like it, and then I watched it on video and still didn't like it. And I watched it a third time and still didn't like it. And I watched it a fourth time for some reason, and it started to click. And I'm a bit funny about like 3D, and I don't think it's amazing, but there's something about the effect it has on the way you process images that I kind of like Avatar now, and I don't know why.
I've not seen it in ages. I mean, no, I think it's visually it looks great, but
It's very, very beautiful.
yeah, I mean, I think it's actually fine. It's fine as a big blockbuster, but what you have is basically Fern Gully, you know,
Yeah.
and essentially
Essentially.
with blue
Well,
aliens.
I think you have to when a James Cameron film comes along, you've got to accept what his faults are. If
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not very good with dialogue. He's a little bit derivative, and ever since probably Aliens onwards, he's been a bit baggy. And once you understand that and accept it, and take the film on its own merits, pretty good.
Though I do wish he would actually do other stuff, other than just like, you know.
Well, he hasn't done a lot in the last 20 years.
No,
has he?
because I've heard the news that apparently the villain's going to be Stephen Lang again.
Yes,
and he's
that's
going
what I heard.
and he's going to be like the villain in the other one, thinking, right,
Yeah,
okay.
Stephen Lang was terrible in that film, I thought, but there you go.
I thought it was okay, but
It's alright. It wasn't.
but with that, I'd like to see someone else. Like I heard the prospect of Arnie coming back to do a villain role, but like maybe
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be good with that. I would be
maybe
good with that.
but maybe maybe not as Mr. Freeze. Chill. I used to see you, but
I still see you.
but possibly like in a is it talk about in like an alien type role, or like an old, I've forgotten what the name is. It Navi?
Navi, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like
I
a
must say, just to interject off topic, I do love this fight scene at the Kobe docks, the sprawling nature of it.
This is where I first talked about wafting vaguely in people's direction.
He does, you can literally see where his fist doesn't connect with the other person. But he does vaguely waft. But I think it's just the sheer scale of it. It's obviously not Connery.
Why would you do it
that's
again?
Connery.
Do you know what I mean? For the
And again,
sake
that's
of
not Connery.
Yeah, I know.
It's a younger, fitter man.
I love this. He dives off, and
then that's
this is
Connery.
like Frank. This is like Frank Drebin.
It is a bit Frank
No,
Drebin.
it's this one. It's this one, right? That's not him. And then
Yeah, it's obviously Frank.
oh, hang on.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
There you go. That's like Frank Drebin.
Yeah. But no, I do think it's quite a good scene. And there's obviously a little bit where the guy's, he's got a tow bar, a crowbar even in his hand, and you can hear meh, meh. Obviously, when we've got the subs on, we have the sound off.
What is that guy wearing? He's like... that henchman's like got like a ripped t-shirt that's like too tight.
Yeah, he's obviously very kinky henchman. Obviously they don't pay him much.
Becca's mind went to kinkiness.
Well, he says we can't be lewd.
She likes it firm and fruity.
She's pure...
Because it's fruity corner.
She's pure filth, is Becca.
Well, I learn from the best. This is probably one of the least scary torture scenes. The most probably being Spectre with the...
I completely forgot it was here, so I'd have to agree with you. Bear in mind, this is just the first time we've been on there since the news that the new Bond broke out.
Yes, it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, so it appears that Dave, you're right, isn't it? It's probably looking like it's going to be what's called
hang on a minute. Right. I mean, the first thing is, I thought it was 2018. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Secondly, I thought it was Sam Mendes. I think that's wrong. Thirdly, I thought it was Shatterhand. Well, the very fact the press are reporting that means it probably is wrong, because they're always wrong when they report it that early. The other thing is they're back to this business of Craig doing 2 back-to-back.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
See.
I thought I was just going to do one more and that's it.
They're now talking about it's going to be 2 back-to-back, 2019 and 20. Well, maybe. I doubt it.
2019 for sure, but maybe not back to back. I can't see that
I do
happening.
think it's probably Craig, because he's supposed to do this.
The TV series Purity,
which
which now he's got to do Bond first. It won't come out until after Bond. Now that's the latest news.
Yeah.
From Variety, I think. So not confirmed by Eon.
Well, if Variety say Variety are normally right.
Yes, it's the trade newspaper, isn't it?
It is. They don't just guess. That and Hollywood Reporter, they're normally right. So I'm pretty confident it's Craig. When anyone said it's official, no, it isn't, because it still hasn't been announced.
No, the only announcement we have obviously is that Bond will return in 2019.
I'm pretty confident it's Craig for 2019. Sure. But everything to do with it being Shatterhand or 2 back-to-back or anything like that, guesswork. It could be, but it's guesswork.
So do you think it's definitely not Sam Mendes now? It still could be, because he's not got anything lined up.
Yeah, I mean, the stories about they fell out, I think that's bollocks, because they still toured together, they still talked about it, they still did interviews. Maybe they did fall out, but there's always creative tensions on set. I don't think it's Sam Mendes, but it could be. I don't believe when it's like the Express saying it can't be. It might well be. I don't know, if I'm honest. There's a Bond film coming. I think Daniel Craig will be in the next Bond film. I think everything else is guesswork. It could be 2, it could be Mendes, it could be Shatterhand, it could be anything. But we've got no reason to believe any of it. But a lot of people are still kind of a little bit hurt by all this I'd rather slash my wrist bollocks.
Yeah.
Why do they keep on dredging that up? They just take it entirely out of context and it's just
I know, Dan
I'm sick
Burke,
of seeing it.
friend of all of ours. I mean, Dan, if you're listening, I always respect your opinion, buddy. But, Dan was like, we don't want him. He hates being Bond. He's a disgrace and all that. And I just don't agree.
No, he's not. I disagree.
Um,
if you'd come off the back of a grueling, however many months shoot, I think the last thing on your mind would do another one straight away.
From the end of the marathon, you're asked, do you want to do another marathon?
You go, no. So, obviously now, several months on, several years on, you feel differently about it.
I don't really... When it comes to like press and in interviews, I don't always like take him for verbatim. I know obviously he said it, but it could have been sarcastic, and it could be, as you say, like in the moment rather than.
Oh, I do think Craig likes to fuck with the press as well.
So there is that. So there is that element, but I can see him going back to do one more. Just to kind of like finish everything off.
I think he's enjoyed being Bond. The problem is he's very blunt, he's very open, and over time he has said at times that he hates it, but he's also said at times that he'll do it forever, and he'd miss it, and it's wonderful, and they don't make films like that anymore. I tend to believe on balance he enjoys it, but he also throws everything at it. And even back to, Connery said you need the constitution of a rugby player. And one of the reasons Lazenby only did one is it's really hard. Making a Bond film is really tough.
Really grueling.
Yeah.
But then I suppose that just goes to show what a pro Roger was.
Yeah, Roger never complained about anything, did he?
No.
Just to turn the focus back to Bond, obviously not Bond, but you only live twice. What do you reckon to Little Nelly?
It's a toy helicopter. That's like I just said.
I've never cared either way. It
was one of ours.
I've never got excited about it.
When I was younger, it was kind of cool. It was fun. But now, when I think about it as like, it just comes up with something that's very niche. Can you imagine if they try and pull off something like this now, like Daniel Craig and like a little tiny...
He wouldn't get away with it. He wouldn't get away with it, would he?
I've never liked it that much, if I'm honest. But
I think it's great though, considering it was more like a prototype, wasn't it? Obviously, Commander Ken Wallace created this kind of really groundbreaking machine.
The sequence when he's using it is actually alright for its era.
Yeah, I think the effects and everything of the prototype.
But I've never cared that much about it, if I'm honest.
It's pretty cool though. It's obviously very, very high tech, but it's got very little protection. Like he's quite out in the open and open to the elements there, isn't he? Obviously, he's got his helmet on and what have you, but there's no kind of casing in the cockpit or anything like that. It is actually a minor miracle how he doesn't get shot.
No, because he's Bond.
Not with any serious injuries, Well, exactly, but
And it's also handy that they get like exactly 4 helicopters attack him.
Poor Q, bless it. Oh.
It'd be buggered if it was like 5.
Yeah.
It's like, I've just got the right amount of weapons to deal with them. But yeah, it's the film's like vehicle with the gadgets. It's like car scene. It's just done a little differently.
Yeah, I think because I had like a car chase and foot chase. And...
I do think this is the least pretty of the '60s films.
Yeah, despite the locations.
Should be amazing.
Some of these coastal scenes and the scenes around like the mountains and volcanoes, I think is very beautiful. But I don't imagine, obviously, in the late '60s you had obviously package holidays like just taking off, and so it was very much a new thing for the middle class to get up to. So obviously Japan is quite a very exotic country, definitely for sure.
Volcano.
But it's kind of just despite exotic location, that's a volcano. I don't think it really makes use of its locations perhaps as well as it could. We kind of get a flavour of Tokyo. Obviously, we see, Kobe Docks, Tokyo Bay, Tokyo Tower, but I don't know. I never feel like you never really get a big sense of it. Whereas, like whenever one goes to Austria or the Bahamas or other famous locations, I don't know. It's like if one goes to Portugal and Magic Secret Service, you really get the Portuguese flavour. And so like exploring that as well. But over here, I mean, I don't know why I never get that proper Japanese flavour. I don't know. It's still lovely though.
Oh, no Bond films are ugly, but it's just when you think Majesty's next is beautiful, and whatever I think of Thunderball,
Yeah.
Thunderball's beautiful as well.
Yes.
I
Everything
think
looks
this is
stunning.
like the lesser of the three, and when you
Yeah.
give where it is and all the rest of it, that's like disappointing.
I mean, it still looks good, but as you say, yeah, it's kind of the least vibrant, I guess. But so, yeah, all the time he's shot at, he just doesn't sustain any injuries. I just find it a little bit. I guess you do have to suspend your disbelief, don't you? I think.
Where would you like to see Bond go next? Or have they already announced the locations for the next film?
I don't think I have just yet. I would like to see two things. One, well, I would like to see three things.
I'd really like to see him go to London, because I don't think he's been there recently.
Damn it, that's what I was going to say. Obviously, when it rained. Obviously, we went to Austria in the last film, but I would like to actually see Bond on skis again and actually do some skiing. Maybe have a ski chase. That'd be cool. Also, I would like to see Bond underwater again in those tight budgie smugglers.
Bond in where? Sorry.
And on in a hot country underwater somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Also, irrespective of location, I would like to see him in a commander's uniform.
Wait,
So he
where's,
can be anywhere he likes.
Has-
With her in uniform.
has Bond ever been anywhere like Canada? I don't think.
Bond's never been to Canada and he's never been to Australia.
Yeah, I like Australia would be a pretty cool
Oh,
location.
Bond Down Under.
Yeah, we could do that.
He nearly went to Australia nearly went to Canada in Thunderball, but he argued and went to
Yeah, somewhere
NASA
else.
instead.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
Also. Yeah, I think Bond
No,
down
he's
there.
never
I think
been
would be
to
quite-
Australia.
Bond in New York.
Hey, I'd like to see Bond in a American city.
Yeah, like Washington or New York or another.
Yeah, he was in Live and Let Die, wasn't he?
There's been to a few American locations there, but yeah, we haven't actually kind of had like a American based,
Oh, and
one adventure. So obviously we see other characters reporting out of various states.
View to a Kill as well.
Yeah, obviously San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's like the kind of the main one, I think. See, they can do the Russian, but why not Japanese? What's going on there?
So, but yeah, no,
Off the doors up.
Bond Down Under. The problem is though, is
Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
the problem is though, I mean, where would really be that interesting in Australia though? It would just be like, great, there's some desert and some kangaroos. Good day.
You're going into
I mean,
crocodile Dundee territory there, aren't
he
you?
could send Bond to Alaska. That'll be.
He's been there before, though, hasn't he?
Has he? I don't know.
I think, wasn't that where he was in the View to a Kill?
I.
Not sure, it might have been.
Yeah, it would have been near because it's near Russia, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so everything like America, Australia, Canada. Where else? No, he's been to Egypt, hasn't he? Tunisia. Where in the world? It's Carmen San Diego.
Well, yeah.
That's a show I've not seen for years. Oh my god.
Has he been to Sweden?
No, I don't think he has.
Poland?
Really, even over. Yeah, any kind of like Central European country I think would be interesting. Romania? Romania's very beautiful, so I hear.
Wait, oh, I know he went to China in
China, yeah.
But man, but then where would you like him to see return? Would you like to see him return to Russia?
I think that would be a bit passé. I think now, even with the likes of Putin. That's interesting you say about China. Also, a lot of films these days are made for the Chinese market.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite interesting.
Well, I think they have to be careful as well because
Yeah.
they didn't the remake of Red Dawn wimp out of it because they were going to put China as the bad guys, but they
Just a little bit, yeah.
They were worried that it didn't sell over there, so they said, "Oh, it's not free," which kind of makes it a bit ridiculous because like they have the ability to do that, but
yeah, it's a bit silly. Oh.
very high tech.
It's very high tech. Yeah, I imagine a lot of moviegoers in 1967 would have been like just absolutely aghast by this and be like, oh. It's very much stuff of fantasy, really, isn't it?
Completely unrealistic.
Given a couple of years, and it would actually become fact. The crater.
Yeah, there's this whole thing about it sort of just lowering down nicely.
This has to be like the quintessential Bond set, or even villain lair. I think this is.
Oh, you mean in terms
the
of
most
like
iconic for sure.
Well, I think especially when you have
The volcano set, sorry.
yeah, well, it's like especially when you have Austin Powers, I think establishes it as like a volcano layer. You know, surrounded by hot.
I call it a volcano layer.
Surrounded by liquid hot magma.
Liquid hot magma. And sharks with lasers attached to them.
Yeah, that was never been in the Bond series, sadly.
No, they just pushed it as far as it will go.
Ill-tempered, mutated sea bass.
That's the one. Ill-tempered mutated sea bass. I can't wait to do the Austin Powers series.
Are we actually doing the Austin Powers series though?
I think we are going to have to do it.
How are we going to do it? We're just like, yeah, that bit's funny. Yeah, I like that bit. It's like, might as well do like Naked Gun. Like, how are we going to do Naked Gun?
What are you on about? What are we doing?
Austin Powers, bro.
Because Becca keeps.
Right.
I really want to do it.
Because Becca keeps saying like, "Oh, I really can't wait to do it."
Agree with you, Chris. I can't see how it's going to work. But on the other hand, Becca keeps on about it, and it's like, well, if you guys, let's do it.
We could just do a commentary. I think it'd be fun.
We'll do Austin Powers, right? I don't know how it's going to work, and it might be rubbish. But like, you're one of the crew. You want to do Austin Powers? We'll do it.
What has been the fans? Has anyone showed interest in any series for us to cover that we haven't thought of or we haven't announced or?
I'm not sure. We put out the question a while ago, didn't we? I think we had things like I can't think what it was. I can't actually remember.
There's loads of them. There really is. There's loads of them we haven't mentioned yet.
I'm sure I had a list somewhere.
There's the obituary, tall blonde henchman, wearing but black.
Yeah.
And there's Burt Kwok. Is that Burt Kwok?
Is that Kwok?
Yeah, it's not Burt Kwok.
Burt Kwok.
Burt Kwok. Kwouk. Last seen probably as laying in Goldfinger.
Hey, little hen. When.
Oh dear. If you don't get that reference, listeners, go and Google Harry Hill. More importantly, Harry Hill's Fruit Corner from BBC Radio 4, I believe, back in the day. Yeah, that was his Radio 4 comedy show, Harry Hill's Fruit Corner.
Is that where you got a Fruit Corner from then, Becca? I had no idea. I had no idea we were basically ripping off Harry Hill.
Basically Harry Hill.
Oh, okay.
But no, it was Harry Hill's Fruit Corner. I think that's how pretty much, going through my dad, that's how I discovered Harry Hill and The Amazing World of Burt Kwok.
I wonder why I kept like brushing my teeth with Saffron.
With Saffron.
And then passing out.
Boy, dirty boy, in your bed. Want to see the sparkly stuff? Oh, it dazzles, it excites. Dear, oh dear.
I kind of wanted just to stop at that thing there. So they just like, well, let's get on this thing and just go one stop and then get off. He's like, could have easily just walk.
Oh, I've got this is part of the monorail trilogy, isn't it? So.
Oh yes, what were the other two films? Monorail.
Moonraker and
Spy?
Die? No. Yeah, Spy, that was it. Yeah, it's Lewis Gilbert.
Oh, that's right. He did both of them, didn't? All three of them, didn't he?
Yeah, that's his monorail trilogy. I'm still not convinced about this Blofeld though. I think it's terribly physically, and aesthetically the most terrifying. But I just, I don't know.
Is your favourite Charles Gray in drag?
It's very much the flavour of the film. I think that version of Blofeld totally fits that film. You wouldn't be able to have Telly Savalas or Donald Pleasance in Diamonds, for example. You wouldn't have that iteration of Blofeld.
No, but that's not necessarily a good thing, though, is it? Really? I mean,
that's not the question, Becca.
No. I think I can't remember because I did rank the Blofelds once, didn't I? I can't think I remember. I think he might have came out on top. That's the thing about Christoph Waltz as well. I mean, he's a brilliant actor, but if he had a bit more, I don't know.
It
was wasted.
I generally think he seemed really disinterested.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I saw a better villain performance in the Three Musketeers movie he did. He was a lot better in that. In fact, Christoph Waltz.
No, God, yeah, what a waste.
Yeah, that was a real waste.
I actually think he's really good in that film, the Musketeers film. But in Spectre, he just seemed to be like, yeah, I'll just show up, I'll just do my thing. And I think that seems to be kind of like the level of it.
Yeah.
So, I hope Mendes doesn't do it, but I kind of think he will. But who knows at this point? And the lady's just got eating my piranhas. Kill Bond now!
Kill Bond now! That poor cat.
Why poor cat?
There's a scene later on where it doesn't. Obviously, he's like stroking it, but he doesn't want to be there. He's trying to get out, and he just thinks, "Oh, that poor cat."
Bond wearing a nice salmon shirt.
Yeah, we like that salmon shirt. That needs some outer space. I love that castle. I think it's a Meiji castle. Oh.
And flip flops.
Yeah, it's very hot. Very hot.
It will be.
It will be. Tiger's in his. You got it, I imagine. Top secret.
Oh, is this the first ninja school we see? Or is that no? That's Russia, isn't it?
Yes.
Technically, I suppose, but
are they kind of ninjas? I don't know. This is like proper ninja school.
It was kind of henchman training school, but this is like proper ninja school. Wouldn't it be great if ninjas turned up in the next Bond film? That'd just be awesome. Now I was just watching Ninja Star. So it's my turn next, isn't it, for
Gone
commentaries?
to school.
Wonder which one we picked. We had
Indeed.
Roger. Now, are these people actually getting killed, or are they pretending to be dead?
Hopefully they're pretending
God
to
knows,
die.
they never think these things through when it comes to schooling.
We definitely pretend to be dead. Now we see some modern ninjas. I don't know, the idea of ninjas with guns just seem a bit... defeats the point of being a ninja.
Considering it's all about concealment.
Concealment and silent and not giving away position.
All this training is for him getting off a boat and that's it.
Nice.
Very stylish.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what happens now, isn't it? So basically, he takes some photo. Essentially, in terms of Bond's mission, I need to describe myself as Japanese, and then take some pictures, and then I get captured, and then the rest of the movie happens.
Basically, that's it. And then
Yeah.
you kind of have to be rescued.
Yeah, I've just suddenly remembered how pointless him saying Japanese is.
You need to become a ninja.
Very high tech.
Gary, use your thing.
Very high tech.
Team America lent on that heavily.
They really did.
Act, Gary. My God, I've never seen acting that good. I love Team America.
Act, Gary, act.
It's one of the things I love about the South Park guys. They literally do not give a shit.
They're quite
Equal
brave.
opportunities offenders,
They
aren't
will
they?
take the piss out of anything, no matter how dangerous.
I commend them for that because they really show like no sides, like no biases or anything. They literally just like goes, if you can't take a joke, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they don't really care who they rile up. I still want to go see the Mormon musical. I think that'd be really cool. I've not seen it, but I've heard really good things.
I hear good things as well. And I've just
Book of Mormon's apparently
Mormon.
brilliant.
Yeah, a friend of mine's seen it and said it is. I think she's seen it a couple of times now, and she says it's absolutely hilarious.
yeah. Do you think they'll ever release it on video, like have like a recording of it?
I don't know actually. That's a good question. They might do. I don't know if they, because sometimes they do like National Theatre, live from National Theatre or live from the RSC or the Globe or wherever. I don't know if they'll do like a live streaming of it.
I'd
maybe.
I'd do that. I'd go to one of them. Just because I rarely ever
if
get
you can't
to
make
see
it, or say for example if it doesn't.
it.
I don't know if it is going to tour. I'm not too sure. I'm like Harry Potter fan as well. I'd love for yeah.
Just very convenient.
Yeah, that's we can't really get to the theatre, so the same with like Harry Potter as well. I wonder if it's going to tour.
Yeah.
So obviously it's sold out for the next 3 years or something, isn't it? So.
Delicious poison. It's very convenient. She literally sort of like goes out of her way to kind of go. I'll lean over. I'll tilt my head just so.
Tasty. Yeah, so it's obviously meant for him, but it just is. Oh.
Mm. I,
Yeah, actually, that's tragic. It's tragic.
Aki, I'm. What was she gonna say? What was she gonna say? I love you.
Say,
I'm dying.
Shit. Oh,
I
poor Bond.
was born a man. What?
I'm really Mr. Aki. No. Dead. Yeah, I'm really.
Oh, there's watermelon. That's a fruit corner there.
There's your foot corner, definitely.
Fruity corner.
Very fruity corner. Oh yeah.
That's judo.
Yeah.
See, he was kind of like smiling there for a second. I was just thinking, he seems to be in a good mood.
Yeah.
Seeing that, like, someone you vaguely like just got killed.
He doesn't seem too bothered, does he?
No. Well, obviously not, because at least she gets really pissing a bit. It's like, right, well, you know, you have to get me a woman then, because...
You have to find a replacement.
Because what makes it even more pointless, though, is... Obviously, they're onto him regardless of the cunning disguise. So what's the fucking point?
It seems a bit, yeah.
They've already tried to kill him twice already. So right now we've got to keep going. Got to get you a wife. Get you.
No. Got to keep up with the facade.
No, she's too old. No.
She has a face like a pig. That's a quote from the movie. I don't generally think she has a face like a pig.
She's a bit mannish, man.
Damn it, Austin, you're talking about my mother.
Oh, she just looked like she's been beaten with a ugly stick.
It's going to be a quote in the
Oh,
novel. It's gonna be
behave. She'll do.
It's going to be alright.
Yeah, so that's the one that threatened to kill herself because she didn't get a role.
Oh, bless her. She's very new to Hollywood.
Is Dave back?
I'm here.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're just in time to see the most romantic wedding in cinematic history.
What a love story.
And I picked her out of on the day. She'll do.
She'll do. That'll be alright.
I mean, I suppose, you know, I would have laughed if Tanaka was like, alright, so you made a race, let's have a look at what you could have won, and carried on with, like, the others behind her. It's like, oh, no, she was even nicer.
I think the wedding ceremony does go on a little bit too long though.
What's...
It's quite insightful, but I just think really get on with it.
I mean, like, it's absolutely pointless as well, because they already onto him. They've tried to kill him twice.
No,
So
it doesn't quite make any sense.
it's kind of
but-
pointless.
No. Well, he was going to take it. You know, obviously he couldn't marry Aki, so he had to kind of take another wife anyway. So we just think,
I'd much prefer they stuck with Aki. How long is this film? Is this like about 2 hours like the others, or?
It's about the average. It's just over 2 hours, I think.
Oh wow! So we've got like another like 40 minutes left.
Oh no, let's have a look.
I've got 1 hour 20.
yeah, roughly the same.
About 37 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so just under
Let's
2
do,
hours.
let's do one last push.
Bum, 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 bum.
All of that training was literally for this. It was literally for when he comes aboard with this thing in his ear. I don't know if that's for Connery or for the character. Because I think he has to say something in a minute, and I think that in his ear is just to tell him, and they just haven't hidden it.
No, it's just a bit obvious.
He's kind of like walking like an old man in there as well, like.
Oh no.
I think it's to hide his height. I think, to be honest.
Oh yeah, true.
I think it might be something to do with his headgear as well, sort of traditional hat that they wear. He's trying to basically blend in like a local armor fisherman. So.
Is it very heavy?
It's very heavy. It's weighs so heavy it's weighing him down. Obviously, he's very tall and taller than most the other blokes on the island. So they're just trying to blend in basically. And...
Oh, you mean I won't get any action?
Do everything Japanese style. Think again, please. Oh, business. She's lovely, but she's a bit useless. Well, she is. She's a bit useless, bless her. But no, I suppose without her, they wouldn't be able to gain access, and the ninjas obviously wouldn't be able to gain access to the.
I suppose this kind of stuff's in the book, though, isn't it? I mean, I've not read it, so I can't speak to it. Or there's something similar in the book.
No, I need to go back and read all the books again. I think I keep saying that, but I never get around to it.
What's your favourite of the Bond books?
Dave, you can answer whilst I think.
From Russia with Love's my favourite. It's very like the film, in that you don't get to Bond until, I don't know, 80 pages in or something. And apart from them expanding what happens when Rosa Klebb has Tatiana in her office, apart from that, it's more or less the same.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very good interpretation of the book and the film are very, very similar. That's all I'm saying. I tend to find if you look at Fleming and you go through his books, roughly, not exactly, but roughly, it does go sort of good, bad, good, bad. Like, it starts with, like, Casino Royale, which is good, and then you've got, like, Live and Let Die, which is terrible, and then you've got, like...
Unlike Star Trek, the alternate...
Then you've got Moonraker, which is really good, and so on. And it kind of goes like that. A kind of, like... He's very, very erratic. Now, because he's dead, and we all love Bond and all the rest of it, there's an element of, like... over-exaggerating how great he was. Now, the books are a mixed bag. Some of it's all right, some of it's terrible.
very much of its time.
And all very much of its time, absolutely.
I'd probably say, Casino Royale, definitely. Goldfinger is another one that stands out for me, and also, as you say, Moonraker. Just because also the villains are very different to what we get in the film. I haven't said that I recently reread Dr. No, and that's quite similar in many respects to the film as well. but just like the scene where he's trying to escape from the tunnels is really grueling, and that kind of really stuck
He
to
burns his
me.
hands
The physicality of that scene in the book definitely has stuck with me for sure. But yeah, it's been a while since I read like any of the continuation novels. Obviously, the Young Bond books I kind of read recently. I definitely urge, they're kind of very easy reads. Definitely recommend those. But it's been a while since I read like John Gardner books, for example. I mean, probably all horribly dated now, in the 80s and early 90s. But I need to reread those. But no, definitely for me, I would say like Casino Royale, Goldfinger, America, Got to Know. I shall revisit the others as well. And yeah, also from my show Blood. So yeah, I agree with you on that one, Dave.
Yeah, I must say I've never read a Bond book. To my eternal shame.
You know, it's so easy to go, well, you should, and they're great, and, you know, all the rest of it. To be honest, Ian Fleming's not all that as a writer. He really isn't.
To me, you could really see the makeup on Connery's face there.
He kind of does look a bit orange, doesn't he?
He just looks a bit pale and a bit old, and it just looks like gross that he's kissing that. But he's someone probably 20, 19.
Well, I saw a trailer for what was it recently? New Ryan Reynolds movie.
Which one? The Hitman's Bodyguard.
That's the one. Yeah, there's a close of his face, and I don't know if it's because it was, in IMAX or whatever, but you can like see all the makeup on his face. I just was like, that's really weird. Is that meant to be the case?
Probably not. I mean, there was a scene in Ender's Game, and there was like close up of Harrison Ford's face, and it kept cutting to like a crumb on the side of his mouth, or like or on his chin. I just like I literally could like there staring at the entire thing, and it was just like, that's really annoying me now. I can kind of see like part of what he had for lunch that day. And no one thought, Harrison, John, just wipe your chin. That's not it, we'll keep it in. Just thought it was funny. Pentagon. McDonald. Why is everyone wearing McDonald shirts?
I don't know. Is that his name? McDonald? I don't know.
No, it's not. Like it's a corporate brand or something. It's weird.
Before it was Kate Canaveral, Kate Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
That's obviously the brand or the name of the company, isn't it? So. That's a really long scene of a rocket take it off. Time passes.
See, that looks so fake, but at the time watching it and thinking like, I
think it's meant to, isn't it? Because they throw a rock. They throw a rock and they know that it's not, kind of. It's metal. Oh, you don't say. It's not a very good thing for a spy to do, is it? Like lob.
imagine him, it's like, what's that sound? Doom. Oh shit.
Crap.
I think it's about 90 minutes in and we've not been introduced to Blofeld.
Yeah, this is it, considering he's like the central villain.
Well, I suppose it's going to be his big reveal though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, I think I've forgotten what we said in the on the initial review, but do you think the film suffers from not having like an actual main villain like until this point, or do you think it's okay with just like this shadowy figure?
I think this is the first time we see Blofeld, isn't it? Because before we've only seen him from
Yeah.
behind a curtain or behind a screen. We've only heard him or just seen his feet or his hands or his cap or something, you know. But yeah, this is like the big reveal, isn't it? I don't know. It kind of makes it more, you know, sort of Spectre and the organisation kind of more scary, having that kind of like shadowy figurehead. I don't know, but then he's got that massive scar against down his face. So that kind of gives him kind of an air of, he's sort of very much like a sort of grotesque character, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. You don't kind of really get.
Was he like that in the books?
Get his teeth into it.
Does he have a scar in the books? I know he's like meant to be huge.
He's quite disfigured, and he's very much sort of disfigured in a way. Well, definitely a hallmark of the Bond villains. You know, they have to either be like foreign, disfigured, or both. Kind of the boxes that you have to tick to be a Bond villain. And obviously, he sort of mutates and changes himself each time. He's kind of very much like obviously in the obviously appears, you know, Dr. Shatterhand's Garden of Death, where he's kind of transformed himself as kind of like a samurai figure. Very much kind of like a master of disguise as well, a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I think because we didn't see him early on. We kind of get these, you know, in the shadows orchestrating things. But it's quite a scary reveal. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that we don't see him until as late as we do, perhaps. Inception, eh? No.
Jupiter to Houston.
I don't want to go to Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem.
Monorail. I wonder what the coding for the henchmen in the jumpsuits are like. What exactly does the guys in red do? Or what exactly do the guys in yellow do? Like, if you
that's a good question.
or like a one set of like the which bits the handles? One's security, one's the maintenance.
Yeah, one's security, one's technical, I guess. One does the driving, the other one, I don't know what does. Radar technicians, right, let's see who are the radar technicians. What do the grey ones do? The guys in grey as well. Are they security?
The grey one's Bond.
Well, no, there's guys in grey boiler suits with white hats.
Oh, there. Okay, I didn't see him.
Maybe they're security. No, he's in blue. T-minus uncounting.
Yeah, so the whites seem to be security. I guess. What do you think, Dave?
Let's find out.
About what?
What do the yellow guys do and what do the red guys do?
I feel a bit like I did during The Spy Who Loved Me. In that, at this stage, I don't care.
Aww, shame.
You're losing interest in the film now. This guy just rambling, listening on headphones.
That's his job. Listen on the headphones.
Yep, everything sounds alright. Doop doop doo.
Right, so yeah, these are the guys in white and grey. Whatever colour they're wearing. What do they do?
I don't know. White, kind of, I imagine they look security. I think yellow are tech, and I think red are maintenance. That's my guess. Because red seems to be the one who's driving the monorails and shit like that.
Yeah, they're doing all the transport, aren't they?
Yeah. All that exciting stuff.
I must say, I do. It's very much like The Spy Who Loved Me. I think this, as much as this film does suffer from not seeing its main villain early on, it kind of suffers because of it under its runtime. But they try to cram a lot in, and obviously you can tell it's written to formula. Like, Bond must have met a girl by this page, and must have done, tick this box by this, standpoint.
Yeah, it's just.
It's very much like Spy Who Loved Me, a film of two halves. Like, once it gets onto the island, that's it, and it becomes kind of very workmanlike almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like we said before, it's like, that whole idea. I mean, I don't even know her name. The one who's not Aki.
Not Aki.
Kissy.
Kissy Suzuki.
Yeah,
Chan.
She's just kind of like offered as a prize, really, just because we can't leave Bond anyone to kiss at the end. So, I mean,
so she's the trophy. She's unfortunately the trophy woman. Trophy wife.
I mean, the weird thing is, it won't matter so much if they didn't kill her off in the first place. It just would have meant, the film just. I don't think we'd have much of an issue with it, but because they kill her off, and then they bring in just for that bit, it just feels like, well, what's the point? You might as well either not kill her off or keep her dead, and that's it. Keep her dead. What am I saying?
Cool.
Oh yeah, this is like the first reveal of Blofeld. So what was everyone's favourite Blofeld? What was it? Was it Charles Grey for you, Becca?
In Diamonds Are Forever, yes. And I think that just the whole look of him is quite terrifying. And you can see kind of like the echoes. Obviously, without him, you wouldn't have Dr. Evil, for example.
Yeah.
And other kind of countless Bond villains too. I think I kind of rated him, and I'm going to rate everyone differently. Like, it's like how I rank the Bond films. They're all different depending on how I watched it. But I think Charles Grey is pretty much good value for money. Not a very, very non-threatening Blofeld. He doesn't do great.
Making mud pies, 007.
Making mud pies, 007. Dear. Wrong pursuit and all that. So, he's very much. He doesn't cause any great.
That's probably my favourite part. Right idea, wrong pussy.
He comes you right up and he's having a good old time.
Yeah. Just a shame the film's crap.
It's a shite film. How would you guys rank the Blofelds then? I know you say rank.
Don't care about the rest.
Teddy's number one, full shot. Yeah, I think Teddy's definitely he's got the physical presence. He could probably match Bond in a fight. Probably easily have him maybe in a fight. He's very hands-on. He's very much in control of his operation. Doesn't have too many minions apart from his Angels of Death to do everything himself. Obviously, him and Rosa Club obviously go after Bond at the end, and you actually feel like he's terrifying. I mean, even like in this film, Donald Pleasance doesn't blink. Like whenever he's speaking, it's always his eyes are wide open. You think, oh my god, terrifying. I mean, the same with Telly Savalas as well. When he's given that speech of how he wants to eradicate all strains of life through his virus omega, you just think, oh shit, he could actually do some real damage, and he's utterly psychopath.
Having not read the books, from what I understand of Blofeld in the books, I think Telly Savalas is probably the better interpretation.
It's probably most accurate.
But I imagine it's kind of like if you could put Donald Pleasant's face on Telly Savalas, that would kind of be it.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be like sort of more or less. I mean, I don't know how far or close I am to that. But I think it's like kind of somewhere in between that, really. But yeah, no, Telly's got the physicality, whereas like as good as Pleasance is, it's just like an old guy stroking a cat.
Yeah.
Which is fine in itself, but
I mean, I do love cats.
I love cats, me. I wonder if we're ever going to have like a Bond villain have a pet dog instead of a cat. Just stroking like a chihuahua.
A chihuahua. Or Pekingese or something, like be really chubby and have like a pit bull or something like that. I've got a bull breed, so I can say that. Or have something, that's very like small and cute and get him nibbles or something like that.
Yeah, you have meddled in my affairs for the last time, Mr. Bond. Second boy, go!
Bite his ankle. Bite his ankle. Or like a little pug or something that's quite cute, It's quite cute and trendy. And Pug's like, huh? It's like kisses Bond to death or something. Yeah, I think from here on in, I think a lot of editing could be more efficient. Especially like that cat is clearly straining to get away, and it's just like, yeah, literally. Don't be the nicotine at Killer's Mr. Bond. Terrifying.
A lot of judo chops going on.
Yeah. That man in red that we saw, you see him again in A View to a Kill.
Do we?
Is the guy who goes half our net income. He won't be a part of Zoran's deal. And,
right, okay.
And drops out.
Oh, is that a fun fact?
That's a fun fact.
I didn't know that.
A lot of these people that we see later Bond film. What I do find disappointing about this version of Blofeld is you have like the iconic "Goodbye, Mr. Bond," and all he's doing is shooting him with a gun. There's no like, elaborate, but easily safe.
There's no trapdoor with a button.
No, or piranhas. Or we've seen all the exotic and elaborate death mechanisms previously.
A slow dipping mechanism.
We've seen that already. But he's like, "Goodbye, Mr. Bond," and just shoot him with a gun.
Well, it's only more stupid. He shoots his other guy first.
He does. Ridiculous.
It's like, well, even up your chances, mate. He could have held him there for you. Now everyone just seems to be shooting.
It's a bit shoot 'em up really, isn't it? It's a bit like the end of Tomorrow Never Dies. It's a bit shoot 'em up Bond.
Well, it's part of the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Knacka.
It's very impressive though. Very impressive to see. There's probably some time, since we've seen
Yeah, but
the scene on the scale.
But you can imagine, yeah, must like at the time this must have looked amazing. Like fucking hell, I got all these people.
Yeah, it's quite impressive to see. Aki fires a gun. Not Aki. Not Aki.
Yeah.
Kissy.
Samurai! Hey! Sorry.
Samurai jump.
Just dangling there.
I'm sure you can probably. There's some scenes where they're literally just dangling, doing nothing.
Oh, and a wall that's impenetrable. Yeah, that's not. That won't show up in another Bond film.
No.
Directed by the same director. Do you think if it was Blofeld in the Spy Who Loved Me, do you think they would have made some acknowledgement of like this plan again?
Yeah, they do it again several times over, don't they? Like, just face it, you were unsuccessful in space, and now you want to try undersea. Damn it, Blofeld, you fooled us again.
Yeah, I'll shoot the henchman. I could easily just shot Bond. Yeah, so it was really important that he sees me sit down.
Yeah, that's a good rest.
Goodbye, Mr. Bond.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you're next to the pool with piranhas, why not just shoot him there?
And what happens to the fucking henchman behind him? Blondie.
Useless. He just fell over. Cool. That's really good ninja. I've never noticed that ninja move from Tiger before.
What ninja move?
The shuriken, the flying star.
Oh right.
Hand.
I'm well ahead of you now. I saw it before.
Yeah, no, I was just sort of thinking, oh yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll skip ahead 5 seconds.
I mean, to be fair to Blofeld, he has got like quite an impenetrable coat because it doesn't seem to have like cut his hand off in any way, or it's not like it's just kind of just hanged off.
Yeah. Chris, did you decide what one you want to do next, or you can reveal that at the end of the show?
I've not decided.
No, okay.
I don't know. We've still got a bit of time, when we're gonna do a Batman commentary, aren't we? We decided late in the game. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Ninja Star!
You did have a bit of the ninja stuff.
There, he's just hanging around, not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like most pointless henchman death ever.
Well, it's not Appointment Henchman death, but...
He doesn't do anything, he just dies.
Well, he has a fight.
Oh yeah, but
I mean, Bond's got to fight someone, because Blofeld just buggers off. And he starts a trend of, like, really strong blonde henchmen.
That's it.
Whoop, grabbed you by your pants. Whoop. Whee!
Ooh. Over you go.
Bon appetit.
That's a great line. Yeah, I wonder if he's any relation to the other blonde henchman that we see. Obviously not Red Grant, but...
Well, no, oh shit, Red Grant, yeah, shit. No, he's the first one. No, it's For Your Eyes Only has it as well, and I suppose you can say Narcos, is it in Daylights? Necros?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Necros, that was it, Necros.
Necros.
Necros, tomato. Oh. It's an extreme zoom.
Damn keys jammed.
Damn it.
I think they've got an exact timer as well, to like when it's gonna. And that explosion won't damage the ship at all. Won't damage the other ship.
Won't even touch it.
Ah well, we're at the end now. We're wrapping up. So, yeah, that's our commentary on.
Our commentary.
You Only Live Twice. I mean, Blofeld's getting away, as he always does. To pester
I doubt
the bugger.
we'll see him again, though. I think he's done.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think we'll see the last of him. So yeah, I don't know what the next Bond commentary is going to be, but before that, we're going to do Batman and Robin, aren't we?
We are. That's there's a good reason for that, and the reason is Charlie Brigden is a good guy, but he has taken a massive liberty. You'll never guess what he's done.
And he decided to go on bloody holiday.
He's going on holiday.
How dare he?
He didn't ask permission. And the thing is, we're still getting over the fact that Do You Expect Us to Talk? We're trying to make a peace treaty with Norway. And Charlie Brigden turned down the arranged marriage we set up, even though we provided him with a quite generous dowry. So not only has he thwarted our attempts at diplomacy, but he's now decided to go on holiday. Which means there's a week extra to go until we can do our music episode. So we need to fill the time. So we thought about doing another Bond commentary, and then we thought, well, we missed the obvious trick, which is Batman and Robin.
So yeah, we're going to do things a little bit backward. We should.
I'm a big fan of doing things backwards.
But yeah, so we're gonna return to Batman, and we're gonna do see Arnold Schwarzenegger at his finest, and for one last time, Becky will have a chance to "Ice to See You."
Don't say it tonight, Becca.
I've already said it once. Chris has said it once. I've said it once.
Let's not. Let's make the people hunger your words.
Well, yeah, she'll just
Okay,
say
James Murphy's do it for me.
every like minute. She'll be like, "Ice to see you."
Yeah, during the commentary, you say it every time, every 2
It's
seconds.
just a wasted opportunity.
Every time Arnold Schwarzenegger appears on screen, you Becca's got to say, "Ice to see you."
And if he stays on screen for several minutes, just keep repeating
it. Just like every shot that like he pops up goes, "Ice to see you, Ice to see you, Arnold."
Yeah, I'm a bit tired of it now.
So there we are. Yes, so that was our commentary. So yes, just a few quick where we are on social media. I'm Watson and Trox on Twitter. You can also find the website at cinematrax.co.uk. Dave,
you can find me at the Pasty Kid 1976 on Twitter,
and you can follow us on Twitter at Expect Us to Talk. You can drop us an email, expectustotalk@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, Expect Us to Talk, and we're also on the YouTube, Do You Expect Us to Talk? But you also find us obviously on Stitcher and on the iTunes. And if you find us on the iTunes, don't forget to give us a glowing 5-star review, as it helps us to get more listeners and rank higher in the search ratings. Yo.
Excellent. Excellent. So, between then, we will return with Batman and Robin.
Commentary.
And with leather.
I still see you.
Good night, folks.
Bye.